Okay, yesterday we started discussing about special operators. So you tried that hotel registration, successfully done. Anybody started designing? How many days more you need to finish? Started designing, understood the task, logic, what to implement. You have to do that. So because such kind of logics are very common, so more complex logics will be there. So if you get used to such basic logics, then you can do better with more complex things, right? So by tomorrow, can you submit? Right. So we will discuss about the other special operators now, how to handle them. So what are the special operators we learned? Special operators, we discussed about how to use type of, another one instance of, another one is in. Actually, in operator is to verify whether there is a property available in that particular object or not. It will return true or false, right? Next, in the operators, we have off. Another operator is off. This also we use. Off operator is used to, technically, it is used to read all values of a collection. It is used to read all values of a collection using iterator. Iterator means we have to use for off. Already we done that. So we have type of, we have instance of, in and off. These all comes under the category of special operators. Next important, this already we learned syntactically how to do for var item of collection. So we will read every item and we present it from the collection, that is off operator. So we have type of, instance of, in and off. Next, in the special operators, we have another important special operator, that is void. Void. Actually, void, it discards the return value. Void discards the return value. It discards the return value. So what is that means? I will show you in various examples. We will learn about them. As of now, one small example I will give. Actually, suppose we are designing a link here. So I will put a heading. So void demo. Okay. Here home like this. Now I designed a link like this and I given to my testing team. Then my testing team will report error, problem saying that link is not having any navigation. That means there is no navigation defined for link. So it is invalid link. Okay. Now why I written like this? Because the home link is implemented later. not now. The home link is implemented later, not now. That means to testing team, we have to tell that this is not implemented now. This is implemented later. Then if you leave like this, it doesn't says that it is implemented later. Then they will mark it as error, not error, bug. They say that this is not a link correctly configured. Then what we can do is, suppose if I write like this, href is equal to empty. Is it okay? This is also not okay. Why not okay? Because again, my testing team will tell that. So this link is not okay. So why they say that you designed some link which is not navigating anywhere. Empty navigation is not valid. So this is also not good. Then can I write like this? No, this is also not valid. Why? Because what does that hash means? Hash means we are referring to ID. Hash means we are referring to ID. Where is ID? There is no ID. Then that is wrong. Then my testing team again tells a complaint that ID is missing. You used hash means there must be some ID there, and ID is missing. So this is also not correct. Then how? Because see, these all work. See, when I click on the home, it will not stay without responding. See what happens when I click on home. In the URL, it puts hash. That means it is trying something and not working. So obviously it is not good. Then how we tell the developers, testing team that this is a link which will not return anything. This is a link which will not return anything. Later we can implement. Then for that, what we have to do is we have to use the term JavaScript. By using JavaScript, we use the operator void. This void indicates that the link will not return anything. Void indicates that this link will not return anything. You can see when I refresh this now and I click on home, you can see there is nothing returned. In the URL, it is not returning and it is not responding also. This is correct. That means you are telling the testing team that this link will not return anything. Then question is, why you designed a link which will not return anything? Because that is given to later implementation. That means my other developer team will implement it whenever required. How they will implement? By using JavaScript. Here we use location.href is equal to some path, some home.html. Now what happens is, later you will understand what is location and all. So here, so when I click on this, it will navigate to that home. It will navigate to that home page and it will display. That means we designed a link which is not initially working, but later we can give some functionality to it. Through JavaScript, we have to handle this. So how we can design a link which cannot return anything? For that, we have to use an operator called void. It discards the return value. Actually, anchor will return something. And if you want to discard that return value, then we have to use void. So void is an operator. It is a special operator. So syntactically, we write like this. So anchor href is equal to JavaScript void, like this. example, I will paste this. So example is this. I will copy this 2 lines. This is an example. Now what we done here, void link is implemented here. The void link is implemented with some functionality. We are adding the functionality later. Before functionality, it looks like this. After the functionality, location.href, it is used for dynamic navigation, which you will learn in later stage. Currently, you need to just understand about what is the purpose of void special operator. Next, in special operators, we have ternary operator. We know already this question mark colon. Ternary operator is question mark colon. It is used in decision making where it defines a condition and statements to execute on true or false. It is used in decision making where it defines a condition and the statements to execute on true or false. So syntax, we have a condition, then question mark, statement if true, and colon, statement if false. That is ternary operator. So what interactions on statement true and interactions on statement false? Statement if true and statement if false. That is simple decision making operator, actually ternary operator. So how it works, already in several examples we saw, but here a basic example I will give. Suppose we have a script and we have where some stock is equal to true. If stock is true, I want to say available. If false, I should say out of stock. Then actually we have to write a if condition. Instead of that, we can directly write. So stock. So means we will write document dot write. Here expression. In the binding expression, we write like this. If stock is equal to true, question mark. That means if the condition is true, we should print available. Otherwise, question colon, we should print out of stock. That's simple. Instead of writing if condition, actually it is same as like this. If stock is equal to true, then document dot write, we have to print available. Otherwise, we have to write else. We have to print document dot write out of stock. This, instead of writing this lengthy, you can just write in this way. It is easy. Same work, both will do the same work. Instead of writing this, you can write like this. This is condition. and the condition true statement. This is condition false statement. So instead of writing this, you can do it. And that's what it is going to display. It is displaying available. If here stock is false, so then it will say out of stock. It will display that. That is a simple ternary operator. That's a ternary operator. Example is this. That is the ternary operator for that, right? This all comes under special operators. So in JavaScript, special operators, we have instance of, we have type of, we have in, we have of, and we have ternary operator and void. This all comes under the JavaScript operators. Right? So we understood different types of operators, how to work with them and use them. Next important, we will use them in examples now. In different examples, we will put them and we will work with them. Already some examples we saw. Next, now we need to understand JavaScript statements. JavaScript statements. After understanding the operators, we need to know the statements. Technically, in computer program, a statement is used to control the execution flow. A statement is used to control the execution flow. So, what is the purpose of statement in computer programming? In computer programming, statement is used to control the execution flow. It is used to control the execution flow. That means actually the statements in a program execute in sequential order. If you want to adjust the flow of the order, then you have to use statements. And JavaScript statements are classified into following types. We have number one, selection statements. We have iteration statements, iteration and looping control statements. We have jump statements, and we have exception handling statements. So statements are classified into four. We have selection statements, iteration and looping control statements, jump statements, exception handling statements. We will see one by one how to work with them. Already few we learned. Already few we discussed. But in order we will see now. So what are selection statements? What are selection statements? Actually, the selection statements are used in decision making. Selection statements are used in decision making. So that means the statements are executed according to situation, state and situation. According to state and situation, the statements will execute. We call these selection statements decision-making statements. Decision-making statements will execute according to the state and situation. And the selection statement keywords The selection statement keywords are, we have if, else, switch, case, default, and break. Not break, this default, that's enough. If, else, switch, case, default, these comes under selection statements. So selection statements main purpose is decision making. And these statements are executed according to state and situation. According to the state and situation, they will change. Already we learned them, but detail classification we will see today. So first, in the selection statement, so we will see if select. So if select is nothing but, if select means if conditions, right? If, that means it is a decision making statement. It is a decision making statement that executes condition, that executes statements according to condition. It is a decision making statement that executes statements according to condition. It is a decision making statement that executes statements according to condition. Actually, it is used in following forms. The first one is forward jump. We call as forward jump. Second, simple decision. Third, multi-level decision. Four, multiple decisions. Forward jump, simple decision, multi-level decision, and multiple decisions. Three things, four are there. That means if is used in four ways. We have forward jump, simple decision, multi-level decision, and multiple decisions. We will see these examples, how they are. Already we know forward jump. Yesterday's example was that. Forward jump means what? Forward jump means in this statements are executed only when condition is true. There will be no alternative. Forward jump means statements are executed only when condition is true. There will be no alternative. That means no else. Only if. There is no else. That means syntactically how it works. If condition, and simply statement if true. That's it. There is no else. Already yesterday's example have this. In yesterday example, all we used is forward jump. That means is which meal selected, which add-on selected. For every concept, we used forward jump only. Forward jump means in this condition, based on condition, statement will execute. Why it is called forward jump? Actually, means a simple process is nothing but decision making process actually. Suppose the decision making process is nothing but in forward jump. Why it is called forward jump? Actually, it will start executing. So it will start executing. So the statements will have execution. Yeah. It will start executing. After executing, it will execute some set of statements. One by one, it will execute the statements. So one by one, it is executing the statements. At certain location, it has to take a decision. At certain location, it should take a decision. And if decision is true, then only it will continue with other statements. If decision is false, then it will stop. Then it will stop. That means actually these set of statements, that means here we have so statement 1 and statement 2. These two are executed only when the condition is true. That means we have a condition. So this condition, this condition evaluates to true or false. If no and if yes. If yes, what it will do? It will continue with statement 1 and 2. If no, what it will do? It will simply stop. If no, it will simply stop. There is no alternative. So that means it takes the decision. If it is true, it will continue. If false, no other thing. Don't do anything else. Just stop. That is what we call as forward jump. In forward jump, there will be no alternative. That means we don't write an else at all. And yesterday's example that we designed KFC form, here everything was where we written, see, these are all forward jump only. That means if radio checked, then do radio work. If roller checked, do roller work. There is nothing like if radio not checked, do roller. Our wish, I will select this or that. You cannot say that if you haven't selected burger, you have to select roller only. There should not be any alternative. I will decide. That you cannot give me an alternative. I will check what I want. That means I am not selecting burger, then automatically it cannot say roller. I will choose it. That means there should not be any alternative given to me. I will choose what I want. Alternatives I don't want. If I want, if I like, I will continue. Otherwise, stop. There should not be any alternative given to us. In this case, this is called forward jump. And already yesterday's example was about forward jump only. Everything we designed with forward jump. Another is simple decision. Simple decision also we done. What is simple decision? That means, so in this a set of statements are executed when condition is true, and another set of statements are executed when condition is false. When condition is false, that means now it contains alternative. That is called simple decision. Syntax. How many alternatives? Remember, it can contain only one alternative. Simple decision means only one alternative. Simple decision means only one alternative. It can have only one alternative. One alternative. So now the point here is, we simply write like this. If condition and statement if true, else statement if false. That is alternative. This is called simple decision. And remember, in simple decision, there can be only one alternative, not more than one alternative. That means actually how we have to call this if and else clause. We have to call this if and else clause, not if and else statement. If and else is not a statement. If and else is a clause. That is how technically you have to pronounce it. It is not if and else statement. Else is not a statement. Else is an clause. If is a statement, else is an clause. Clause is one which executes when condition is not satisfying. Right? So you should call as a developer if and else clause, not if and else statement. If is statement, else is not statement. So else is an clause. Directly can you use else? Directly we cannot use else. We have to use with combination of if as a clause. That is the reason else is not statement. So if you say if and else statements, that's a big blunder. That means, so that's nowhere a technical concept, right? If statement, else clause, right? Yeah. Already we know this example also we designed. Verifying username, passwords, everywhere we used if and else. If condition satisfied, user verified, not satisfied, invalid. Already we done examples. No need to explain about that. Next option is multi-level decision. Multi-level decision. Multi-level decision. In this, a condition comprises of another condition within the context. A condition comprises of another condition within the context. A condition within the condition. We call this as multi-level. So how this is used, I will show you. Where it is used, how this is used, we will see that. Right. Now, multi-level decisions and where to use this multi-level decision. Actually, syntactically, we write like this. If condition 1, and inside this again if condition 2, like this. Else what should happen? And here else what should happen, like this. This is nested. This is multi-level decision making. That means a condition in this, a condition comprises of another condition within it. Why we need this? Without this, what will happen? We will see why we need the condition. Without this, what will happen? For example, suppose we are designing one simple layout. Let's create. Yeah. Here I am creating a design, head, title, decision making. Okay. And in this body, we are creating a field set with a legend. So payment details. And we will put a data list and data term, some card number. and input type is equal to text. ID is equal to txt card. Okay. Next we have CVV, and input type is equal to text and ID is txt CVV, and size I given as 4. Next data term expiry, and data definition we have a select ID as LST expiry, and option have some 2022, then option as 2021, 23 like this, and option as 2024. Okay. Now here we have another button. So as pay, we'll just keep a heading ID as MSG, align to center. Okay. Now in this design, that's the design we created. Now the point is, I have to verify the card number CVV expiry. Here the point is, so if card number is wrong, then unnecessarily to verify CVV and expiry, time waste. So that means now generally people have an habit of writing the logic which makes the compiler understand complex. It wastes the time. What is difference between a learner and a real-time developer? Generally, the logic of real-time developer always concentrated on performance first. That means output they have to achieve, that is final. But their main priority is performance. That is where difference will come between you and an expert. Both people can write logic to achieve output, but the person who writes the logic which does in a faster way is better. That's what we prefer actually. So that means now the point is, I want to verify card number, CVV and expiry. So people have an habit of writing like this. For example, pay button on click. So pay click. So we will write here a script. In this script, actually, we have a variable globally as user details. User details variable contains card number. Card number is some 16-digit number, some 44556677. So 8938, something like this. And we have CVV. CVV is a string 4040. And we have some expiry. So expiry. So that is some 2023 like this. Now we need to verify function pay click. On pay click, we have to verify whether these details are matching or not. Then generally, some people write like this. First, we have to collect card. How to collect the card document, get element by ID, txt card dot value. Okay. Then CVV. Document get element by ID, txt CVV dot value. Next, expiry. Document get element by ID, LST expiry dot value. That is drop down value. Now people have an habit of writing like this. If so, it should match with user details. If user details dot card number is matching with card, and what should match? All three should match, na? That means user details dot CVV is matching with the CVV you entered. And one more condition here. So what is it? User details dot expiry is matching with expiry you entered, then it is valid. That means I will write document dot write payment successful. Okay. Else it should display message document get element by ID msg dot inner html. What is it? Invalid card or invalid CVV or invalid expiry. I will simply say that invalid details. Now user is confused. Is card is wrong? Is CVV wrong? Or is expiry wrong? Which one is wrong? This is not good. So sometimes people ask this question like, how do I verify? We can write everything in one line. People think that it is shortcut. What shortcut? That's nonsense. Because you are telling wrong, but you are not telling what is wrong. That is completely unprofessional. That means this is not the right way. This is not the right way. That means if card is wrong, I should say card is wrong. CVV wrong, I should say CVV wrong. Then for every concept, we can write individually. That means if card is wrong, then display card is wrong. Otherwise CVV wrong. But important is here, that means this is wrong. This is not right concept. Because here you say invalid, but what invalid? Not clear. Okay. If I write like this, if user details dot card number is matching with card, then we will display some message, else invalid card. What about CVV? We have to write another condition for CVV. Now the question is, why you are verifying CVV if card is not correct? That means separate conditions you written, and if card is not correct, still it is verifying CVV expiry. Time waste. Because the primary thing is card number. If card number is correct, then only verify CVV. If CVV is correct, then verify expiry. Don't verify others unnecessarily. Then what we have to do is, we need to write the condition. If card number is matching with the card number you entered, now inside if card number is correct, what should happen? If card number is not correct, what should happen? We will put a message here. So where MSG document dot get element by ID, what is it? MSG. Now here we are writing if card is correct. So what should happen? We will decide. If not correct, MSG dot inner HTML, it should display invalid card number. That message should display. That's good. Okay. If card is correct, then what should happen? If card is correct, then it should verify user details dot CVV with the CVV you entered. With the CVV you entered. If that CVV is not matching, what should happen? MSG dot inner HTML, it should say invalid CVV. Invalid CVV. If CVV is correct, then verify user details dot expiry. Verify user details dot expiry. If this expiry is wrong, then what should happen? MSG dot inner HTML is equal to invalid expiry. Invalid expiry. If expiry is also correct, then document dot write, we will put a message payment success. Payment success. This message should display. Now here we are writing a multi-level condition. That means if card number is correct, then only it will verify CVV. If CVV is correct, then only it will verify expiry. So it will not verify CVV or expiry. It will not verify CVV or expiry until the card number is correct. Card number is correct. So try this now. So we will run this. So because the card number is this one, right? So you handle this. Suppose now CVV is wrong. Expiry is also wrong. And you entered click on pay. Then it says invalid card. That means it is not checking CVV and expiry until card is correctly entered. That's good. If card is entered correctly, that is 444, 555, 666, 777, and one thing, 8938. Okay. Now I am typing 8938. Now expiry wrong, CVV wrong, but it will not verify expiry. It will verify CVV. It says invalid CVV. So it will not verify expiry until CVV is correct. If CVV is correct, 4040, then it will verify expiry. So here expiry, what is it? What is it? LST expiry. Here we haven't given that condition. What is it? Expiry is 2023, right? So condition is equal to what? Expiry. If it is equal to expiry, then it should handle it. So now card number we entered 8939 and CVV is correct, and it says invalid card number. So 38 card number is correct, CVV is also correct, then it will verify expiry. If expiry is also correct, then it says payment successful. That means it will not verify CVV and expiry until the first one is correct. That means it will not enter into it. That's good. That is saving time. You cannot write all in one line, because if you write all in one line, it's difficult to present what is problem. So we have to verify individually. But when you are verifying individually, cannot separately verify them. If you separately verify them, even one is wrong, it will verify another. But as per our rules, without card number properly entered, nothing to touch. Nothing to touch. In that case, we can follow this technique. We can add more functionalities, like until card number is correct. So CVV, expiry, and pay button should not work. They should not work. If they don't work, that's more better. This is okay. This is verifying the details. This is one point. Another point is, what more better we can do is, don't enable CVV and expiry until card number is correct. That is more better. That means now user will not enter CVV and not enter expiry until card number is verified. This is more best concept. That means instead of writing the conditions for verifying this, like, we can do in a more better way also. What we can do is, let's do this thing also. I will disable all this CVV, expiry, pay buttons, everything. Simple. What we have to do, we have to go to CVV text box and say disabled. Expiry drop down, say disabled. And pay button, say disabled. And make sure that button have an ID called BTN pay, because we have to access the button. Now you can see all are disabled. You can't even enter CVV or expiry or pay. So once user types card number correctly, then CVV should enable. Then what we can do now? So we can do here, while typing card number, so we can use on key We already learned it. Because for every character it should verify. On key up, verify card. Okay, let's write the function here now. We are writing the function. So verify card. Now what should happen is we should verify the card entered. So where? So card is equal to document get element by ID txt card dot value. Okay, here we have to verify. So if so user details dot card number is matching with card. If it is matching with card, what should happen? If it is matching with card, got document dot get element by ID txt cvv dot enabled. We have disabled. Disabled is equal to false. We have to set disabled equal to false. Else document dot get element by ID txt cvv dot disabled equal to true. That means if card number is matching, disabled false means it will be enabled, and if not, then disable is true. Now you can see here. So I am entering the card number. The card number 444-555-666-777. So 8938. Then CVV will work. CVV will work. If anything wrong in it, so it is not working. You can't even enter anything inside. That's more better. Why to waste time in asking them type this, and verify all of them? So enable them only when it first one is correct. That is more better. So this is more better. So 38 now CVV is there. Similarly, we have to implement others. When CVV is entered, expiry should enable. Expiry is correct, then pay should enable. Pay should enable. Right now, what we will do here, we will go and write another condition. So on key up, verify CVV. And here the same thing. So function verify CVV. Verify CVV. Okay. And in this same, where CVV is equal to document get element by ID txt cvv dot value. And if user details dot cvv is matching with the CVV we entered, then document get element by ID lst expiry dot disabled is equal to false, and else it should be true. So here I will write else will be true. So we will keep that option. That is verify CVV. One more, we have to write for this drop down. Drop down have no key up. For that we have to use on change. Drop down uses change event. Already we learned about change event. On change, verify expiry. And here also same. So function verify expiry, and where expiry is equal to document get element by ID lst expiry dot value. And if if user details dot expiry is matching with the expiry we entered, document get element by ID btn pay dot disabled equal to false. Disabled is false. Else document get element by ID btn pay dot disabled is equal to true. This is the condition we defined. Now everything same. So we have the number entered, and So 8938, then CVV entered 4040, then expiry you can select. If any wrong expiry, it will not work until you select the correct. After doing this, you done some modifications and try to submit. It says invalid CV because we written already that logic, right? To that logic, we are adding additionally these features. Now, if it is 0, now it is okay. Suppose the card number is wrong, then it says invalid card number. The card number is correct, then it will work again. We have written both the logics for verifying and for submitting. So this is the concept of multi-level iterations, multi-level decisions. Multi-level decision is used when you want to verify every context, and you want to go to next only when first is true. That means don't waste time in verifying all. Even the first one is not true, second one is verified. So that means if user name is not correct, why you are verifying password? Right? People have an habit of writing username and password, verifying in both one line. Why you are wasting time? That means better you can write if username correct, then only verify password. Don't verify password unnecessarily without verifying the user. It's time waste, right? For that, we have to use this multi-level conditions. This is an example. This is an example for multi-level conditions. I will paste this example there. Okay. This is for your reference. Here, one important point extra we done is we enabled and disabled the element according to the condition. For that, we have to use disabled property, right? Next important in the decision making, what is it number? Yeah, another one is multiple conditions. Multiple conditions. So in this more than one alternative is provided. In this, more than one alternative is provided for a set of statements. In this, more than one alternative is provided for a set of statements. More than one alternative. So syntactically, it is written like this. If condition 1 and else if condition 2 and else if condition 3 and else the statements. This is multiple conditions. This is used for multiple choices actually. That is used for multiple choices. Let's see where we can use this. Means in which kind of situation. So, for example, suppose you have Netflix or Amazon. In this Amazon sign in this Amazon, they are asking that login with email or mobile. Choice. That means you can log in with email or you can log in with mobile, or that means you have two choices now. If you log in with email, it will say email verified. If you log in with mobile, it says mobile verified. Which one you decide? That means there are more than one choices here. Earlier, if they ask like enter username, only username, they cannot enter anything else, right? But now choice, this is multiple choice. How to design this? Means how you will verify whether logged in with email or logged in with mobile, right? Then what we do here now, let's design this. So let's create a simple. So Amazon login.html. Here we will add some concepts like HTML head, title, and so Amazon login, and link relation style sheet, and href, so from node modules, bootstrap icons, and another link relation style sheet, href, so from node modules, bootstrap, dist, bootstrap css. Okay, in the body section, so div class container fluid, and div we will put class dflex, justify content center, align items center, and the style height as some 600 pixel. Okay, and in this we have a div, so put a heading, so Amazon sign in, and below this I will just keep a div, and here we will put a label, so and label, yeah, and the class as form label, yeah, form label, and email or mobile, so sign in with email or mobile. Okay, and below this we will put a div, and here we have input type is equal to text, id as so txt user. Okay, and the class as form control. Fine. Now this is the basic design, and this div have an id as user id. Okay, and here we have another div and id as password, and here we will put a label, so class as form label, and your password, and the text box here input type is equal to password, and id as txt pwd, and class form control. Okay, so below this we will keep another div, and class as margin top 2, and we will have a button as class btn and btn warning, and say continue. Okay, now here we have a lot of other options to define. Actually this button continue, I will keep below this username, and below the password I will put here as login. So here or say confirm. Okay, now this is the design we created. That's the design we created, and we will keep this button as W100. Here also W100. Okay, that's the design here. Now the point is So in this sign in with email or mobile and option here, first thing is, so in this Amazon sign in, let's keep this little bit. Okay, that's fine. Now the point is the password should come once email and mobile are correct. Then what we will do is this ID password container, I will put style display as none. So password box will not show. It will not display the password box here. So only sign in. You entered your email or mobile number and click continue. If they are correct, then it will ask for password. If not, then it says invalid email or invalid mobile. Then it will show the password box. It will show the password box so that you can enter the password. So that means now what should happen here? Again, choice is there. User can enter email or mobile. Okay, let's do this now. So we are going to the design and we will write a script here. And in this, we will declare user details. User details contains, so user name, say here we define as email. Okay, email, we have some john@gmail.com. That is one user email. And another one is mobile. Mobile is some 987654321. That is the mobile. This also I will give as string type. Okay, that is mobile. And we have password as some john@12. Now I need to verify this. There can be multiple details also. Arrays we will see later. Now we have to verify here. So function continue click. That means on continue click, we have to verify that email or mobile matching or not. Actually, email or mobile, they will enter in txt user. That means here we will put a simple reference where user ID is equal to document.getElementById txt user dot value. This contains either email or mobile. Now we will put a message here. If condition here, the condition is if user ID. So if user ID is matching with user details dot, if it is matching with user details dot email, if it is matching with user details dot email, okay, this is one condition. Then what we will do is we will put a message saying that successful with email. We will put that. So that means we will define, so document dot write, so login success with your email. So it your email and what email he entered, that is user ID. That's the message. There is a choice for them. They can enter email or they can enter mobile. That means we will write another condition here. Else if they entered user ID which is matching with user details dot mobile, that means this may match with mobile or this may match with email. Because we have two choices, it can match with email or it can match with mobile. So you may ask, like, why can't we write or? If you write or, you know the problem. Just now we discussed, we cannot write in one line. If you write in one line, you can display only one message. Which one wrong, you can't correctly display. Either email wrong or mobile wrong, you cannot correctly display. For that, we have to define this. Now see here we will put another one. What is it? Document dot write. We will say login success with your mobile. and whatever the mobile they have entered, that is user ID. This is the option. Now, very important is after verifying this user email or this mobile, if they have verified that successfully, here we will define condition. Again, condition will be there. Here we will put an option. If I need to verify password also, first I need to display the password box. That means if user is matching, then display the password box. Document dot get element by ID. So we have the password container as password. That means we will use what? Password dot style dot display. Display is equal to block. We will display it. That means password block will be displayed. Okay, now you see here, this same should happen when mobile is also matching. If not matching, so here we will put a message. I want to put a message below this. Just below this, I will put a div. So class as text danger. I will put ID as user error. Okay, here we will put the message, means same. We have to display the same option. If not matching, that means so document dot get element by ID user error dot inner HTML. We should say, so please enter valid email or mobile. This message we will give. Valid email or mobile, this message we are, because we are asking both at one time only. Now you can see here, so when user enters the disk, this should work on continue click. That means continue click, on click. It should access continue click function should fire up. Okay, now you see here now. I am entering the details. Email is some John and some Yahoo at yahoo.com something. Then it says that please enter valid email. So if I entered, so correct email at gmail.com and click continue, then it will ask for password. It is currently showing successful with that because we decided document.write now. We don't want document.write as of now. What we will do? We will just display the password block. We will not display this. I just showed you that we can display that, but our intention is to verify password, then display. That means now what happens? If user enters, so John @ some yahoo.com, something like this, and it says invalid email. I entered the correct one. What is it? gmail.com. Then click on continue. Then it will ask password. But when it is asking password, it should hide this one. Of course, you can do that. What you can do, if email is displaying document get element by ID, what is it? The container I given as user ID, right? User ID dot style dot display. This we will put as none. And here also the same. So that means the password box is displayed and this one will be hidden. For example, now user is entering with mobile 987654321 0, and I said it is invalid mobile. So he entered correct mobile and click continue, then password will come. That means we are hiding the user details and we are displaying password. If password is also correct, for that what we have to do? We have to write logic for confirm. So confirm on click is equal to confirm click. And you have to verify the password also. That means we need to write a function here. Function, what is it? Confirm click. On confirm click, first access the password entered. Document Get element by id, txt, what is it, txt password box id I given pwd, txt pwd dot value. If password is matching with user details dot password, if password is matching with user details dot password, now I need to display that message. So that means what the message we have to display, login success, document dot write as login success, login success, login success with user id with mobile. Which one login success we can display? How we can display that? We can display that by storing this user id in global variable. If you can store that user id in global variable, you can access and use anywhere, right? So currently we defined here only, right? We configured here only, we can access anywhere. That means we can declare a global variable. That means where what user id is initially empty, then user id is configured here. What is intention of making it global? So that you can access and use it anywhere you want. So that means here I defined login success, login success. So login success, and here we will display that user id, right? Whatever user id is, whether it is mobile or whether it is email. Else what should happen if it is not matching? Then for password box also there should be one message here, right? So div, so class is equal to text danger, and id is pwd error. That means now we have to access that here. What is it? Document dot get element by id pwd error dot inner html is equal to what? Invalid password. This is the condition how you configure. Now user will log in with mobile 9. This is mobile. If anything wrong in mobile, then it says invalid email or mobile. If mobile is correct, then continue, it will ask for password. Any wrong in password, then it says invalid password. If password is correct, what is it? John at the net 12, then confirm, then it says login success with mobile. That means whatever details they entered, it is login success. That user id it will display. So user can log in with any details, like, so it can be like this, or john at the net gmail.com, continue, password is wrong, invalid. So password is john at the net 12, then it says you'll success with this. That means which one you are using. We have to give multiple choices. That is done by using else if. That means user can log in with email, user can log in with mobile. So that means two choices, either this or that. You cannot write this in one line. That means generally people have an habit of writing this in one line. That means condition 1 or condition 2. What is problem in this? The problem in this is, it is okay. Any one condition is true, it will continue. But which is true? It is problem. Is user ID true, or is email true, or mobile true? It cannot identify. That is the reason everything we have to write individual. This is best. This is best. Remember this point so many times. You might have seen in several websites, several people in several technologies teaching you writing multiple conditions in one line. Never write that. You may have seen several people writing like that. Don't write that. So that is completely unprofessional for real world process. You should never. Even suppose you are, so many such things are very basic. Suppose you see, when you are learning databases and all, Oracle or SQL Server or something, people will teach you like select star from table, TBL employee something. Do you know, as per real world standards, star is not recommended. In real world projects, never use star. But in learning everywhere, everybody teaches you that star. And what is the meaning of star? Star meaning is searching for all fields. Why you are searching? Don't you know the fields? You are a developer, na? You cannot ask the question like, how do I know the fields? Because you are working for a project, you should know the fields. You should never write star, then it will delay the process. But in every database learning, everybody will teach you star. But in real-time project, we never use stars. That is the first rule. That means what you learn and what you implement little bit changes, right? That means while learning, you may learn in that way. This is asterisk is not all. It is a regular expression. Na? Regular expression means it is searching for all. Why you are searching? Extra work. That means you say name, directly it will go to name and pick it. You say price, it will directly go to price and pick it. You may ask like 100 fields are there, what to do? Write 100 fields. You cannot say star. Star is writing 100 fields is better than star. 1000 fields are there, right? 1000 fields. No stars. But in every learning style, you will learn it. That is the reason in many websites, you might see people writing in one line conditions and or don't do that. Always use multi-level or multiple. That is the best. But multi-level decision is also having multiple conditions, also having a problem. And to overcome that problem, we have to use switch cases, right? What is problem with multiple conditions and how to handle that? We'll see next session, right? This example also I will give to you. So this is a simple Amazon login. Already while learning Bootstrap, I given you this as task, right? To design it, but now we are making it functional. That is designed. Now we are making it functional. So make it work. Now, what is problem in multiple conditions and how to overcome that problem? That we will see in our next session. Tomorrow we will see that. Okay. In tomorrow's session, we will discuss about how to use switch and what is the role of switch and work with them. Huh?